I walked in on my fiancée cheating on me at a hotel. I was going to drown my sorrows in booze and ran into a woman who'd just been cheated on too. Not only did I pick up her 8,800 yuan bar tab, I even carried her back to the hotel and took care of her all night. I thought I'd never see her again in this lifetime, but I never expected she'd end up becoming my biggest client. And right now, she's biting down on my wrist, saying, "This time you're not backing out." I was lying on the hotel bed, wide awake, listening to the couple next door getting all lovey-dovey. What the hell kind of soundproofing does this crappy inn have? I checked the time, 3:30 inches the morning. Annoyed, I groped around for my lighter and lit a post-sex cigarette for the guy next door. Seriously? You couldn't have finished earlier? It's the middle of the damn night. Ever heard of not disturbing the neighbors? Bang! The door next door got kicked open, and then came the crying, the cursing, the crashing. Whoa, someone's catching a homewrecker. I hurried to throw on my clothes and go watch the show. The door across from me wasn't closed, so I snuck a look. A naked woman was getting her hair yanked, while someone slapped her across the face. The mistress was bawling her eyes out, pitiful as hell. Last time I saw her cry like that was when I proposed to her. I took 2 steps in 3 and rushed straight into their room. I didn't go save my fiancé. Instead, I planted a punch right on the guy who was standing there, trying to explain himself. Everyone in the room froze. You! Who are you? The wife stopped mid-slap and stared at me in confusion. It's fine. Go on. Don't mind me. I wanted to hit him again, but 2 other guys pinned me back. I spread my hands to show I was done, then pointed at the woman kneeling on the floor sobbing. Her. She's my fiancée. The looks on their faces were priceless. They'd seen people busting in on mistresses, but never both sides showing up to bust each other at once. I lit another cigarette. You slap my girl, I punch your husband. They both cheated, sounds fair to me, right? Bro, calm down. We can talk. Don't start swinging again. One of the guys on the wife's side stepped in front of me, clearly trying to speak up for her husband. Buddy, what's your damn name? He hadn't expected me to be this mouthy. His brows jumped. You want to fight? I was boiling over and honestly didn't care who I fought. Before he could say a second sentence, my fist was already on him again. 3 minutes later, everyone in the room was beat. My face was swollen, my brow bone was split and bleeding, but I didn't feel a thing. I just sat in the corner smoking. The wife walked over, squatted down, looked at the cigarette between my fingers like she was thinking something over. If you've got something to say, just say it. She laughed. Actually looked pretty good when she laughed. So, how do you want to handle this? I'm good with anything. You call it. However you want. I played dead like a pig, not afraid of boiling water. We sleep together once. That way I get back at my husband, and you get back at your girl. We're even. The cigarette slipped right out of my fingers. Even if you force-fed me 800 bottles of that 6 walnuts brain drink, I still wouldn't have come up with this line. Wait, are you out of your damn mind? I stared at her like she was stupid. What's wrong with what I said? She didn't get mad. Maybe she was too pissed at her cheating husband to get mad at me. Your husband cheated because my girl's prettier than you and better in bed. I already have my girl, so why the hell would I sleep with you? That must have hit a sore spot, because her brows tightened. What's that supposed to mean? I looked her over carefully. To be fair, she wasn't ugly. Her features even looked a bit like my girlfriend's, just a few years older. I was only talking like that because I had nowhere to vent, and I wanted to blame her for not keeping her husband in line, but I didn't really have the right, since I didn't keep my own fiancé in line either. Once you're used to 5-star restaurants, who goes back to street stalls? Get out! All of you, get the hell out! When she lost it, she was actually kind of scary. Jessica Miller sat across from me, pressing a wet towel to her swollen, slapped cheek. Why? I didn't look up. I really didn't want to see her face right now. Every time I saw it, I pictured her moaning in some other guy's arms. No reason. There's got to be a reason, right? Was I not good enough to you? You're a good man. The second I heard that, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I'm a good man and this is how you treat me? I flew over 2,000 kilometers for work to fix a client's problem, and I walk right into you getting caught cheating. So because I'm a good man, I deserve a gun to my head? I yelled and started smashing things. At least you remember you're always traveling. After I said yes to your proposal, how many days have you actually spent with me? Ha! Unbelievable. I actually laughed from anger. Why the hell do you think I travel? You think we can get married without buying a place? Without a dowry? If I don't go on these trips, where am I supposed to get the money? By the end, my lips were trembling, trying hard not to let the tears fall. Right. I still haven't asked what does that bastard you slept with do? He's richer than you, and he's got more time than you. I shook my head. So that's what it was about. Oh, so it was money. Got it. Then get out. Go suck up to the rich guy, bitch, she sneered. And you've got the right to judge me? What did I do? You're really that devoted to me? What the hell are you talking about? That scar on your wrist. What's the story? I've told you 100 times. It's from when I was a kid. Can you use your brain for once? Who hurt you? Are you crazy? I wasn't lashing out because I was guilty. I was pissed because she was making something out of nothing. I swear I never two-timed her. She was just grabbing whatever she could to smear me. Once I figured that out, there was nothing left to hang on to. Get out. She still sat there, not moving. I said, get out! She covered her mouth, crying as she slammed the door behind her. I muttered, you've got some nerve crying, but my own damn tears still fell. I didn't sleep all night, and I was a mess talking to the client the next day. Not only did I get roasted by him, this whole trip was basically for nothing. What the hell are you doing? My boss called, must have been the client complaining to him. Nothing. Oh? Then look around. See a building? A river? A lake? Just jump. Don't hesitate. Sorry, Tony. Don't call me Tony, and don't call me bro. From now on, just call me your grandson. The client just chewed me out so hard, I don't even deserve to be your bro. You trying to die on me or what? I'm sorry. Look, I know what you can do. You're the tech guy. I know your level. This was a tiny issue, and you still managed to screw it up this bad? Tony, Jessica cheated on me. I caught her yesterday. Silence on the other end. So what? Your wife cheats and you forget how to work? At least finish the job before you go mope. It's not like she cheated with me. Why the hell are you taking it out on me? I'm sorry. Screw your sorry. What good is sorry now? You don't need to come to work anymore, asshole. The line went silent for a while. Take 7 days off. Get your shit together before you come back. Keep the receipts for food and lodging. I'll reimburse you. Before I could thank him, Tony hung up. My useless tears started welling up again. I didn't really go anywhere for the next few days, just holed up in the hotel, or found a bar, drank myself stupid, and crawled back to the room. The moment I stepped into the bar today, I spotted a familiar figure, the wife from before. I don't know why, but I sat down across from her. She squinted, saw it was me, and smiled. Waiter, gimme another glass. She poured half a glass of vodka for me and half for herself, clinked glasses, then downed it all in one go. You look down on me, huh? I thought she was still mad about my words from that night, but instead she said, You got a damn harem or what? I realized what she meant and finished my drink. She poured me another. The air was awkward. I didn't know what to say. So, what's your name? Luke Dawson. Fuck, my ex-boyfriend's name was the same damn thing. My name isn't that common. Guess this lady really was hammered. That bastard. Total scumbag. Oh, so we're insulting me indirectly now. My husband's a scumbag too. Fuck! Why do I only ever meet scumbags? And you are? I tried to steer the conversation away. Jennifer Delaney. Great. A Western chick. We chatted off and on for a bit, and after a while, she slumped forward onto the table. I nudged her a few times, still breathing, just dead asleep, and started wondering where I should send her. Sir, excuse me, would you mind settling the bill first? Huh? Oh, she didn't pay? No, sir. I tried nudging Jennifer Delaney again, but she was out cold, mumbling. Stop shoving me, asshole! Looking at the waiter's polite smile, the burning gaze, and the twitching mouth she was clearly holding still, I couldn't bring myself to ask her to get the money from Jennifer. How much? Total's 8,820, sir. But you can just pay 8,800. Cash or card? Card. Every time I pressed a digit of my PIN, my heart skipped a beat. That was my hard-earned money, damn it. Could you print me a... Never mind. I thought about asking for a receipt, but then pictured Tony seeing an 8,000 yuan expense claim from me and dropping dead. Carrying Jennifer Delaney on my back, I was sweating buckets. She was completely limp, sound asleep. Where the hell was I supposed to take her? And to make it worse, her breath kept brushing against my ear, ticklish and hot. I laid her down on a bench, loosened my collar, and took a breather. Her flushed cheeks, the faint glint of a necklace around her neck. A dangerous thought flashed through my mind. I quickly turned away and shook my head hard. No way. No woman's worth 8,800 a night. I turned my head and saw a brightly lit hotel right across the street, practically waving me in. Welcome, sir. Single room or a double? Whatever's available. I just wanted the receptionist to hurry up. I couldn't carry her any farther, and she looked like she was about to puke. If she threw up on me, I swear I'd lose it. Then, the clerk looked at the woman slumped on my back. I'll give you a double. Fine, just hurry. Another young woman at the desk lowered her head, stifling a laugh. Guess she'd never seen anyone so desperate. I couldn't be bothered to explain. You try hauling a deadweight drunk who's about to throw up, you'd be desperate too. The moment I dumped her on the bed, I finally breathed again. This trip, I only packed one set of clothes. If she puked on me, I'd be screwed. All right then, sleep it off. I wasn't about to pull one of those drama movie stunts where the guy undresses the drunk girl. This wasn't TV. God knows how that could end. I tucked her in, placed a bottle of water by the bed, and got ready to leave. Just before walking out, I found some paper and a pen and wrote her a note. Drinks, 8,800. Room, 500. I fronted 9,000. 300 total. Pay me back when you wake up. My account number is... After that, I quietly closed the door and left. Going downstairs, I was still in a foul mood. I'd barely drunk anything, spent 9,300, and had no idea if that woman would ever pay me back. I fanned myself with one hand, wiping sweat with the other, as I walked past the front desk. One of the girls muttered under her breath, "That was fast for being in such a hurry." I turned around and stared at her. "What did you just say?" Another guy jumped in, panicking. "Takeout! She meant the takeout! She's starving!" And said the food delivery was fast. I was pissed, but there wasn't much I could do. Damn it. If I had finished that fast. I don't know, but I didn't even touch her. The next day, nothing in my bank account. Third day, still nothing. Fourth day, a text from the bank reminding me to pay my credit card bill. Fifth day, shit, time to go back to work. Honestly, though, after all that nonsense with her, I didn't feel quite as miserable anymore. It was like the pain had loosened up a bit. Later, I realized it hadn't gone away. It had just shifted from being cheated on to losing over 9 grand. But life goes on. After deleting and blocking all of Jessica's contacts, I told myself it was all over. I could start fresh. I went back to the company. I was once again the same old Luke, sometimes slacking off, griping about business trips, clocking out right on time. Tony found me strange. Said I worked like an old tractor, either grinding at full throttle or breaking down for no reason. But it wasn't that. I'd just gone back to being who I was before. The me who'd never met Jessica. I thought life would just keep bumbling along like that, half dull, half content. But fate loves a joke. One day I was at my desk, legs crossed, munching on a scallion pancake while typing away, when I saw Tony looking like a damn lackey walking in with none other than Jennifer Delaney. Maybe it was my ridiculous sitting posture, but she spotted me instantly. Smiling faintly, she said something to Tony. His face went stiff with embarrassment as he walked over. "Come to the conference room. Our major client wants to talk to you." "Me?" "Yeah, shut up and move." We all sat down. Jennifer Delaney's gaze locked on my face like a magnet, and Tony looked completely lost. Let me do the introductions," Tony said, standing up. "This is our new major client, Miss Jennifer Delaney. And this here's our tech guy, Luke." Then Tony turned to her again. Luke's just the technical lead. He doesn't handle product stuff. May I ask why you specifically asked for him? I just like talking tech, she said, eyes never leaving mine. All right then, if there's anything you'd like to discuss, Luke and I will answer together. Do you have time for dinner later? Jennifer asked. Sure. You're insane. The first came from Tony, the second from me. Luke, don't butt in unless I tell you to. Tony forced a laugh. Don't mind him, Miss Delaney. Luke's been feeling under the weather. He's the one who said he's sick. I'll join you later, I muttered. It's fine. I was just asking if he was free. Yeah, that's what I meant. Of course you're. What the hell? Tony rarely cursed right in front of the client. I just want to know what exactly you did to me that night. She leaned forward, face close to mine. Night? What night? Tony looked from me to Jennifer, totally lost. Roll the footage. I pulled out my phone and showed her a video. To avoid trouble, I'd filmed everything that night. From the moment I entered the room, to tucking her in, to quietly closing the door, all in one take. These days, even married couples can sue each other for assault. I'd be stupid not to cover myself. After watching the video, Jennifer Delaney's lips curved slightly, like she was mulling something over. Tony craned his neck, trying to see what was on the screen, but the lighting made everything too dark. In the end, he just sighed and rubbed his head. Since we're talking about that night, when are you paying me back that $9,300? What $9,300? Jennifer and Tony said in unison. You don't know? Of course I don't. I glared at Tony. Who the hell asked you? I don't know either. She leaned back in her chair and smirked. Wait, are we doing business here or what? You two flirting or fighting? Shut up! Jennifer and I snapped at the same time. So you're really gonna stiff me, huh? Did I ever ask you to pay for me? Then I'm dropping this project. If you keep working with me, I'll drop you first. Enough! Tony slammed the table. Who's the boss here, you or me? I've been busting my ass chasing this deal, and now you're saying you're not doing it? What are you, my dad? Then he turned to Jennifer, apologetic. I'm really sorry, Miss Delaney. On behalf of Luke, I apologize. Please reconsider. Fine. I'll reconsider if he joins me for dinner later. Dinner? Absolutely. Don't worry. Leave it to me if you want him to eat dirt. He'll do that too. Under Tony's threat of docking 3 months' pay and the promise of a 20,000 yuan bonus if the deal went through, I reluctantly agreed to have dinner with Jennifer Delaney. Seriously, do you not have another name? Everyone keeps calling you Jennifer Delaney. Sounds weird. You can just call me Jennifer. Thanks for that night, by the way. No need. Just pay me back. Come on, it's just $9 grand. Are you really that stingy? What? Just $9 grand? My monthly salary's only $8. My fiancée left me for a richer guy because I was broke. Then how about this? She leaned closer, her movements teasing. I quickly moved away. I'll pay you $20,000 a month. Let me keep you. You're out of your damn mind. I stood up to leave. You walk. The project's off. Who the hell are you threatening? But I still sat back down. Dinner was tasteless. I didn't even know why being around this woman just messed with my head. It felt like I owed her something from a past life, and she was here to collect. We didn't talk much, just ate. Afterward, she gave me an address and told me to bring the contract there tomorrow for signing and stamping. That easy? A person's word should mean something. Once the deal went through, I didn't really care about that 9,000 anymore. Tony was reliable. If he promised me a 20,000 bonus, I'd get it. That meant my paycheck this month would look pretty good. The next day, I flew over 2,000 kilometers again to meet Jennifer for the signing. Her company was huge. I had no clue how Tony managed to persuade her to buy our product. She was dressed in a sharp business suit today. Poised, confident, none of that flirtatious vibe, just authority. After clarifying the contract details and terms, she started asking me a bunch of technical questions. Turns out, she really knew her stuff that actually impressed me. Still, tech was my turf, so there was no way she'd stump me. Didn't expect you to actually be good at this. Told you. I leaned back in the swivel chair, then suddenly sat up straight. I didn't know why, But even though I always felt tense around her, being with her also weirdly relaxed me, like sparring with an old rival. That casual move just now? I'd never dare do that in front of another client. How about this? You quit your job and come work for me. I'll start you at 20,000 base plus commission. Trying to keep me again? No. I mean it this time. You're worth it. Come be our technical director. Forget it. I waved my hand. I'm fine working for Tony. Why? He's only paying you $8,000 a month. Don't you think you're wasting your talent? I was quiet for a moment before saying, it's complicated. Tony and I aren't just boss and employee. Back when I couldn't even afford food, he helped me out. Everything I know about tech, he taught me. The company's struggling now. If I walk away, it wouldn't feel right. Jennifer nodded, not pushing it further. Well, if you ever think about switching jobs, give me a call. Sure, don't worry. I'll jump off a building before I jump ship to you. I picked up the signed contract and left her fancy office. Just as I stepped outside, my phone rang. It was Tony, leading with, "You son of a bitch." What now? Don't come back to the office. Fly straight to Genon. The client there's having an issue. Go check it out. Got it. This time, I didn't joke around. I knew the Genon client well. They were our biggest account. If something went wrong there, the damages would be astronomical. It could bankrupt us overnight. Mr. Kyle, what seems to be the problem? Luke, come here. Look at the garbage your software's spitting out. I didn't waste words. First thing I did was check the back end, no issues. Ran the program again, still fine. If there was a problem, it had to be in the source code. But I'd been there from development to release, personally writing many of the core modules. The software had been live for years without a single glitch. Mr. Kyle, there's really nothing wrong. Even I didn't sound convinced, because according to the results, his company was on the brink of bankruptcy. Luke, he said with a bitter laugh, we've been partners a long time. You've seen the size of my company. I can't show you our financial reports, but I know for sure we're fine. And now you're telling me we're going broke? Mr. Kyle, that's not what I meant. The software runs big data analytics and integrates AI modeling. It's not saying your company will go bankrupt, just that there's a risk. Oh, a risk, huh? So I'm paying a fortune every year just to be cursed by your damn program? What's in the contract again? Mr. Kyle, please, calm down. He shoved me aside, grabbed his desk phone, and told someone to bring the contract. Then he started flipping pages like a man possessed. His finger jabbed at one clause. Compensation for data deviation exceeding 30%, right? That's in the contract? Then he turned the page. And compensation based on our financial losses? No issue there? Then he opened his laptop. Your software predicts we'll go bankrupt within 6 months, right? If Hua Cheng Group is still standing in 6 months, you'll see what happens. Please, Mr. Kyle, it's just a projection, no need to. I don't care about projections. We bought your product, so we'll follow the contract. Don't blame me for being ruthless. Go ask your boss, Tony. Ask him what he promised me and what kind of crap he actually delivered. I've got work to do. Get out. When I got back to the office, Tony looked like he'd aged 10 years. He just slumped in his chair, chain smoking. Impossible. How the hell is that possible? I hung my head, smoking too, not knowing what to say. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. We've used that software for ages. How could it suddenly have such a huge problem? Could someone be setting us up? Tony asked. I shook my head. Come on. Who'd bother with a small-time company like ours? Besides, you know tech. If someone tampered with our system, we'd see it in the back end right away. Then, could Hua Cheng really be going under? You lost your damn mind? A company that big doesn't just go bankrupt overnight. Then I reminded him. They've got 6 months. We'll dig into it again before then. The real question now, I said, taking a deep drag of my cigarette, is whether we keep selling this software and whether we pull the ones that are already out there. If we pull them, can we afford the penalties? If we don't, and another case like Hua Cheng happens, can we survive it? I paused. We just signed a deal with Baina Group for the same product. If we pull it, the breach penalty from that one deal alone will bury us. Baina Group, Jennifer's company, had bought the same product. Tony just stared into space, maybe too shocked to think. Luke, you know Baina's boss, right? Maybe you could talk to her? I sighed. There was no way I could refuse Tony. He was right, I had to handle it. But the thought of dealing with that woman again gave me a headache. She was all flirt and provocation, always talking about keeping me. What guy could handle that? So, what's this about? Already thinking of switching jobs? No. Miss Jennifer Delaney. Miss Delaney. I came to discuss something. Wow, you actually sound polite today. That's new. I explained the situation to her. Basically, there was a small issue with the software we'd sold her, and it needed debugging. I asked if she could give us an extension for delivery. If it was urgent, we'd issue a full refund, maybe even a little extra as compensation. And if I say no? Come on, we know each other at least a little. Be generous, okay? I couldn't tell what she was thinking. She just kept smiling at me, that smile that made my scalp crawl. All right, same offer as before. $20,000 a month. Let me keep you. Say yes, and I'll approve the delay. What the hell? Keep me as in hire me as your tech lead? No, the first kind of keeping. I swallowed the words, you're insane. Miss Jennifer, please, have a heart. Don't make this harder for me. What? I'm not good enough for you? Not as pretty as your ex? Not as good in bed? Not as rich. I was wrong, okay? Totally wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said those things. Don't act like me. She rose from her chair and walked over. I tried to stand, but she pushed me back down and lifted my chin with a finger that smelled faintly of flowers. I liked the defiant version of you better. Before I could answer, she sat back down. Now tell me which company's having issues. Miss Jennifer, that's confidential. Confidential, huh? Fine. Then go keep your secrets somewhere else. I had no choice but to tell her about Hua Chung Group and the problem their software had shown. She didn't interrupt, just listened quietly and took notes here and there. Then she smiled. After I finished, she agreed to the delivery delay and told me I could go. I hadn't expected her to be so accommodating. We weren't close. If anything, we had a weird tension between us. The fact that she helped me at all really moved me. Sure, her company didn't care about our tiny penalty. But who turns down money? Thank you so much for this. On behalf of our company, I'm really grateful. I bowed slightly. Didn't I say I like that wild side of yours? Keep bowing like that and I'll change my mind. I didn't dare say more. I bolted out of her office like my life depended on it. When Tony heard the news, the furrow in his brow finally eased a little. As long as this deal wasn't counted as a breach, our company's cash flow could survive. We decided to stop selling the product for now, but continue maintaining the existing clients and monitor everything closely. If we recalled everything, the losses would crush us. Thankfully, the company managed to hang on by a thread. For the next few months, I barely had a personal life, constantly chasing clients, pushing other products, doing everything I could to bring in some cash flow. We were bracing for the explosion that was coming from Hua Cheng Group. Tony was working himself to death, sleeping maybe 2 hours a night, chasing deals non-stop. 1 month before Hua Cheng's collapse, we got one good piece of news and one bad. The good, Hua Cheng went bankrupt. The bad, Tony got sick. The worst news was, it was serious, so serious, that even if we used the entire compensation sum from Hua Cheng, it might not save him. I sat by his bed, peeling an apple. He didn't touch it, so I ate it myself. Well, the company's safe at least. No need to pay Hua Cheng now. Bro, maybe we should sell the company and use the money for your treatment. Are you fucking stupid? You think the company's mine alone? You can't just sell it. We can. I'll talk to the team, they'll agree. Sell what? For how much? Even if we had the cash, this illness might not be curable and the guys would lose their jobs. I sniffled. We'll find another way. Find my ass. Seriously, another company offered me $20,000 a month to jump ship. and I turned it down. What blind company would pay you 20 grand? He coughed violently. I patted his back to help. Your software's that good, huh? It said Hua Chang would go bankrupt, and it actually did? Yeah, some good that does us. I think it was just luck. The program still got flaws. Still, kind of feels like it predicted it right, doesn't it? You shut up and rest. You can't even finish a sentence. You're gonna drop dead on me. I stepped out and hid in the fire escape. Tried not to sob out loud. The last time I cried like that was when I found out Jessica cheated. My phone rang. It was Jennifer. I cleared my throat. Hello. I heard Tony's sick? Yeah. Then come work for my company. Yours doesn't have much going on anyway, and you need money for Tony's treatment. All right. This time, I didn't refuse. She was right. Once I joined Jennifer's company, I threw myself into work. She knew I was in a rough place and didn't tease me, only talked business and tech. For the first time, I started genuinely liking her. I even thought, if she ever got serious, maybe we could actually work out. But I quickly tossed that thought aside. She wasn't the type to settle down. The idea that she'd truly fall for me was laughable. If she admired anything, it was probably my technical skills. At the end of the month, Jennifer handed me a card. I didn't get it. What's this? Your money. What money? The $9,000 you covered for me. I smiled and took it. I really needed the cash. But when I checked the balance at the bank, there was $100,000 in there. I immediately called her. $9,300 is repayment. The rest is a loan. Use it for Tony's treatment. Pay me back later. Then she hung up. I clenched my fist, not sure what I was feeling. Tony's condition stabilized, though we had to keep burning money to sustain him. The doctor recommended surgery, but it was expensive way beyond what Tony and I could afford. Still, it was better than I'd hoped. Now there was only one goal: make money. The company still had a bunch of people to feed. We were barely breaking even, and I was the one pulling in most of the profit. For the first time, I started to understand Jessica, because in certain moments, money really does matter. She'd thrown morals aside for it, but maybe that wasn't completely heartless, just a different way of thinking. Jennifer had helped me more than once, and my feelings for her grew fast. I had to admit, she was a captivating woman, smart, beautiful, and when she wasn't teasing me, genuinely kind. After work, I'd sometimes go with her for dinner or a walk. She'd show this soft, girlish side of her, stopping at every pretty balloon, haggling with street vendors while I stood nearby watching. Under the streetlight, her shadow stretched long, landing right across my chest. Tomorrow's my birthday! Have dinner with me! Sure. The next day, she took me to a 5-star restaurant. The waiters were so attentive it made me uncomfortable. What will you two have? I didn't say a word. Half the dishes on the menu had names I couldn't even read. Bring us your best signature dish first, Jennifer said without looking at the menu. Of course. Please wait a moment. The signature dish turned out to be steak, not too big, and 2 waiters stood behind us, cutting each piece for me as I ate. It was so awkward I didn't even know how to chew. First time in a 5-star restaurant? Jennifer teased, seeing how stiff I was. Yeah. How is it? I smacked my lips hard. The steak was tender but bland, even with sauce. It barely had flavor. There was also a faint metallic tang, maybe from the blood. Maybe rich people like that kind of taste. It's okay. I didn't dare say it wasn't good. Didn't want her to think I was uncultured. Yeah, I think it's just okay too. Let's go somewhere else. Before I knew it, she grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the restaurant to a roadside stall. She ordered a bunch of skewers. I never imagined someone as successful and polished as her would eat street food. Try this. I took a bite. Grinning like an idiot, it was delicious. She clinked her beer against mine and downed it all in one go. So now, do you still think people who eat 5-star meals can't enjoy street food? Damn! She'd been waiting to use that line. This woman could really hold a grudge. All right, stop rubbing it in. I'll drink as punishment. This time, drinking with her was way more fun than before. We talked a lot and both got a little tipsy. Her cheeks were flushed again, just like that night she'd passed out on my back. I couldn't help thinking being with her for life might actually be happiness. Come see me off tomorrow. Where are you going? The U. See. For what? To live. I'm not coming back. The skewer slipped from my hand and hit the ground. Before she noticed, I quickly picked it up, blew it off, and popped it back in my mouth. That's so sudden. Not really. I've been thinking about it for a while. The only reason I stayed here was for someone. But I've waited long enough. Time to go. I didn't know why, but my chest ached deeply, painfully. Was she talking about me? Maybe, but I didn't have the guts to ask. Probably just wishful thinking like a toad dreaming of a swan. Do you want to come with me? I can wait a few days for you. Is that a hint? Is she saying that person is me? But then I thought of Tony. Forget it. I have to stay and look after Tony. She nodded, took another bite of lamb, and drained her glass. Come to the airport tomorrow. I have a gift for you. I didn't respond, just kept chewing the skewer. It didn't taste like anything anymore. At the airport, she handed me a bag. Told me not to open it until she'd boarded, that it was a gift. I didn't care about the gift. I just wanted to look at her a little longer. You're really not coming back? You're really not coming with me? I smiled. She did too. Yeah, I guess we both have our reasons. So this is goodbye then? Pretty much. Unless something unexpected happens, yeah. Then, one hug? I opened my arms. She dramatically stepped back, crossing her arms like I was some creepy uncle. I was kidding. No hugs. Just give me your arm. I didn't get it, but I did as she said. She grabbed my wrist and bit down hard. Then, laughing, she ran into the terminal. I looked at the bite mark on my wrist. It was bigger than the scar already there. Her bouncing silhouette overlapped with the shadow in my memory. Why are you leaving? Because I'm moving. Then we won't see each other anymore? Of course we will. I'll come back to find you. Promise? Promise. Or better yet, come with me. I can't. Mom's getting older. I have to take care of her. What if you don't recognize me when I come back? Then I'll bite you. That way, when I see the mark, I'll know it's you. Okay. Don't be scared, okay? Ow, it hurts. Ow, ow, ow. Those two kids are still fighting again. It's fine. Kids just play rough. A little bite won't kill anyone. My mom patted Jennifer's head. Will you miss Auntie? Jennifer didn't answer. She just looked at me, tears streaming down her cheeks. It's getting late. We have to go. Be careful on the road, Jennifer's mother said, waving. My mom pushed me into the car, and I pressed against the back window, staring at Jennifer. As the car started to move, she broke free from her mother's hand and ran after us. You'll come back for me, right? You said you'd come back and marry me, right? That year, I was 5. Jennifer was 4. I broke my promise. I never went back. I blame myself for treating a childhood vow like a joke, for calling pure feelings childish. No wonder, she said her ex's name was Luke, and that he was a scumbag. No wonder she found Tony's company 2,000 kilometers away from hers. No wonder she said people should keep their word. No wonder she teased me. No wonder she helped me. She had recognized me long ago. That night when I sat on the floor smoking, she hadn't been staring at the cigarette. She'd been staring at the scar on my wrist. My hands trembled as I pulled out my phone to call her. She hung up. I called again, no answer. I texted her. You're Jennifer, aren't you? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I wanted you to fall for who I am now. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I really am. It's all in the past. No need to talk about right or wrong anymore. Are you coming back? She didn't answer directly. Instead, she asked, Did you open your gift? I hurriedly opened the bag. Inside was a thick stack of documents. Jennifer had bought Tony's company and gifted it to me. Everything, staff, contracts, structure remained the same. That way Tony could afford treatment, and none of the employees would lose their jobs. At first, I could still read the words on the page. Then everything blurred through my tears. I wiped my eyes. Thank you. You're welcome. Your company's impressive. We at Bena were planning to bring down Hua Cheng anyway. Didn't expect your software to predict it. Those idiots at Hua Cheng didn't even believe it. You were the ones who bankrupted Hua Cheng? Yeah, but not for your sake. It was part of our plan all along. Will you ever come back? Nope. I sniffed. You're just gonna abandon your sugar baby like that? When did I ever keep you? You paid my salary, bought me a company, solved my problems. If that's not keeping me, what is? Haha, fine. Then someday, if we get the chance, I'll sleep with you and make it official. When will you come back? If nothing unexpected happens, probably never. I've given you plenty of chances, haven't I?
She had.
So many chances, some obvious, some subtle. Just last night, she'd almost said it outright. And me? I never recognized her. What right did I have to chase her now? The plane's about to take off. Turning off my phone. Take care. If fate allows, we'll meet again. The next day, I got another message from her. So, how does it feel to lose someone? It hurts. Do you regret not coming back for me back then? I do. Do you regret not saying yes at the street stall when I asked you to go to the US? I do. Good. Just teasing. I'm only in the States for a business trip. I'll be back next week.